My name is Megan, and today I'm going to talk about for loops and while loops using the application BlueJ. So let's get started. For loops are used to repeat code. So, what if we wanted to say hello 50 times? We wouldn't want to write it out system.out.println 50 times because that is tedious and time consuming. Hence, the for loop. The for loop repeats a section of code a fixed number of times. So, if you wanted to complete an action or print out a statement 5, 30, or 1,000,000 times, you want to use a for loop. Here, you can see the general form of a for loop. For int I, for parentheses, int I equals 0, semicolon, I is less than our count number of times that we're going to repeat the code, semicolon, I plus plus. Brackets, your code to execute is within the body, bracket. So, in contrast, while loops are also used to repeat a section of code. However, a while loop is used to repeat a section of code as long as some condition is true. So, instead of having a fixed number of times the code is run, the code asks a question before each time it runs, clarifying whether or not the condition holds true, and the code can be executed. So just to write up the general form of a while loop, one could write while within their class, which would be up here. I'm just writing this down here just to show the general form of the while loop. So while some condition, it could be a Boolean statement, an integer, pretty much anything. While condition, and then you have your brackets and your code to repeat. And then you'll have your closing bracket. Okay. So let's just get rid of that right now. So there are three necessary elements for a while and a for loop. The first is initialization. The variables tested in the condition must be initialized to some values before the loop. The second is testing. The condition is tested before passing through the loop. And when the condition is found to be false, the code is not executed and it is stopped. The third is change. At least one of the variables in the condition must change within the body of the loop. These three elements apply to both for and while loops. However, the elements are smushed into a single statement seen in the general form of the for loop. Here, the initialization is a statement executed only once before the loop begins, within the first passing through the code. The condition is tested to see whether or not it is less than this count value before each passing of the code. And finally, the change is the last thing at the end of each pass that is tested or changed. So for example, if we wanted to say hello world, let's say 10 times. So we're going to have for parentheses int I equals 0, semicolon, I is less than 10, I plus plus. And then in our code, we're going to write system.out.println hello world. Okay, so we're just going to compile. Oh, forgot my semicolon. We're going to compile and we have no syntax errors. So we'll run this. Oh, that was from before, but yeah. So we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 hello worlds. The other thing was from the prior example. Okay. So if we're going to do a while loop, we could change this so it's while a is less than 10, and we can initialize the value of a here by saying int a equals some value less than 10, let's say 0, semicolon. While a is less than 0, system.out.println hello world. So we have no syntax errors. We're going to go ahead and run this. And we see it repeating itself over and over and over again. And there you go. Okay. So there you have it. Those are for and while loops.